Good morning to you. You live in a shoe. So I thought I would do a little day in the life of Peter Monn today. Since so many people request me to do that. I actually just got up about 10 minutes ago. And I slept in super late today. I will tell you what time it is. Actually, I got up about 15-20 minutes ago. And it is 1:25. So I got up at like 1:03. The first thing I do is, I will show you. I put on my glasses, not my contacts right away. And I come downstairs. The first thing that I do is I weigh myself. They're outside doing yard work right now, you can see. So, that's the first thing that I do. And then I weighed myself this morning and I was 225.8, which is like 3 pounds less than I was yesterday. Then I take the dogs outside. Just took the dogs outside. And it is a beautiful fall day outside. It is actually not even, it feels like it's about 90 degrees. Right, guys? Did we have fun outside? We did. Okay. And then I come into the kitchen. I lost weight, but I don't feel like I lost weight today. And I take my medicine for the day. So if you would like to know what I take, I will show you. I take my Depakote for my epilepsy. I take 500 milligrams in the morning and I take 1,000 milligrams at night for my epilepsy seizure disorder. It also helps with, because I have migraine disorder. And then somebody sent me these. I take these 2 vitamin D gummies every day because it's recommended. And then because my allergies are so bad from like hay fever and stuff in the Midwest, I take 1 aloe vera tablet. And I'll show you what you do. You like peel it off. This is like non-habit forming, non-drowsy. You just let it melt on your tongue. So, the other thing I have to show you that I did, because I'm constantly burning those melts, a really easy way to get them like out from the night before is to put them in the freezer for 5 minutes and they just come right out, see? See? Well, that one didn't want to. Put her back in the freezer for a little bit. She ain't done cooking yet. So, and then I'm going to go and pick another one today that I want to burn. And today I think we're going to burn spiced orange and cinnamon. Look how big these pieces break into. Do you see this? Oh my God. I'm telling you right now, this Swan Creek Candle Company, they should totally sponsor me because they are like the best. Could you guys contact them and tell them they should sponsor me? Do you see how big that is? I paid, I don't know what like wholesale would be, but at New Age People, I bought them for $6.25. I actually think that's really good. And you can like reburn these like 2 and 3 times and they last all day. So, I do that. I'm waiting for the other one. then I knew sooner or later I was going to do that. I broke the glass thing on this. Damn it. That's why, look what I did. I'm such an idiot, you guys. I broke my glass thing. Well, I'll just have to go buy another one today, I guess. Good thing they're on sale. Can't believe I did that. I bet I could buy another little glass top thing. I bet they have those on sale. Now, the next thing I do for my day, well, so today's going to be a big reading day for me because it's beautiful outside and I want to read a lot. I fed the dogs their water, or their food and water. They always drink their water like really, really quickly. So Pee-Pee is down there. Are you eating a little breakfast, Pee-Pee? He's down there right now eating. So the 4 books that I am focusing on right now, number 1 is Windfall by Jennifer Smith. My plan is to finish this today. I'm on page 123. And it's 416 pages. So my plan is to get this done today. And then I'm reading Goodbye Days by Jeff Zentner. Truly Madly Guilty by Leanne Moriarty. But this is going to be my book this weekend that I want to read. And then The Summer That Everything Melted, which I promised this author Tiffany McDaniel that I would have done by July. See, she even autographed it to me. But I haven't. So this is going to be my book for next week. So, I'm going to finish Windfall today, and then Goodbye Days, probably I'll start tonight, and finish it tomorrow. And then this weekend, I'm going to read Truly Madly Guilty, because I am right now like 77, I read a chapter yesterday, 77 pages into it, loving it. And then this week I'm going to dedicate to this one. And then that will have been like 10 or 12 books that I've read this month so far, because I've listened to like 3 or 4 audiobooks. Every day I always kind of come up with a reading plan, and then I'll show you what I do next. Because people are like, Peter, how do you get so much accomplished in a day? Well, I will show you. I actually think I'm out of the next thing that I need. Hold on. I'll put this over here so you guys can see me. Turn on the light. Is this boring to you guys completely? So right now I am uploading my vlog from yesterday. That's the first thing I do when after I take the dogs out. I start uploading my vlog, and did I not make these private? And I was trying to understand how to do iMovie but I have it all like rendered together, but I don't know how to like save it. So I need to talk to my friend Dustin Daly. If you guys are looking for a new YouTuber, I don't know how to do this file. No, that's not where I want to put it. Desktop, iCloud, downloads. I'd love to tell you that I think that iMovie is really easy, but I don't think so. And I'm still learning how to do it. Where did my downloads go? My movie full. I don't even know what I called it. Why is there no date on it? My movie 374. See, this is why I need help from somebody. Because what is this called? My movie? It's just called My Movie? You guys, I'm such an idiot. I mean, why can't you just go in here and save this? That's what I don't understand. So, okay, well, I'll call Dustin in a little bit. He's always so helpful. So I make a list every day. Right now, this is a list of like, so I actually do have like this template thing where I put every day like my main video, my vlog video, a booktube video, and then my weight loss video, which back in the day I used to call my meditation video. And then I was posting up to like on my main channel like 2 videos a day, my vlog 1, booktube 1, and then my weight loss. I was doing like a weight loss and a meditation video every day. And then I make goals for like, these are my goals for July that I did not achieve all those goals. So this Monday, this is from some random Monday, was like I had to finish the yard, which I did, and then now it's overgrown again. Get coffee, I always put that on there. My counseling appointment, read, make my videos, clean drawer in the kitchen, I actually did that. Look for the library book, I did that. Go to the post office, probably, I'm sure I do that all the time. Send a book, some pens, I still need to do that. And pay my library dues. Then Thursday. So see, I use these little notebooks. I love these. They're like these little legal pads. And then if I'm out of those, I use these. And no, I'm not left-handed. I just love using this kind. So, and then I just make my list for the day of all the stuff that I have to get done. I will tell you that my husband steals pens from me constantly. Because there's like one kind of pen that I like, and it's always missing, so. Yeah, so that's my thing, and so I'm gonna make my list for the things that I have to do today. And then after my video is uploaded, I will probably go and get coffee. And then I will come back, or I'll go to the post office, and then I'll come back and make my, these were my 2015 goals. Get my weight below 200, that did not happen. Save $150 a week, that did not happen. Finish this book that I was working on, that did not happen. Start the next book, that did not happen. Blog, that was when I was on my blog every day. I don't know if I did that or not. And clean basement. So my goals that I wrote out in 10, 6, 15, I did not accomplish. So I'm gonna save these for today, and I'm gonna actually put those on my list for the rest of the year. Then it's gonna be my goal to get these accomplished by the end of 2017. Because these are pretty achievable goals, I think. All right. So, and then this stuff I'm throwing away. Okay. So you gotta be a little bit organized. You gotta make a list every day. I'm gonna make my list and then wait for my videos to upload, and then I'm gonna go and run my chores, and I'll probably talk to you guys then. I love you! Okay, I'm finally getting ready to leave, and it is 2:59. And you will love this. I am so bougie today with my Gucci messenger bag that my husband bought me several years ago. And he also bought me this Gucci wallet, which I use every day. But I always carry a backpack, and I was like, you know, I'm gonna be a little bougie today. So you guys wanna know what's in my bag? Well, first of all, I have this Evian spray. You know, I carry it with me everywhere. Because it just makes me feel so fresh and so new. But I do truly believe in this stuff, you guys. I love it so much. And it dries really, really fast. So many people have told me they don't like it. So what is this called? Like a refresher spray? A facial spray, moisturizes, refreshes, tones. If you guys know another one of these, I'll tell you when we used it the most, because my stepmom and I started using it when I used to travel with them a lot, because you get like really dry in airports. But if somebody has a cheaper one that they like better, let me know. And then I have my list for the day of all the things I have to do. And then I have this little coin purse that I keep in here for like, it's empty right now. But I keep like this in my backpack at all time with like dollar bills for when I go to dollar bill, for when I go to meetings and stuff. Somebody sent this to me. Whoever you were, thank you so much. And then I keep a little notepad in here. I don't know why, it reminds me of my mom. Oh, I actually have YouTubers written down here that I want to watch. Somebody must have been sending that to me and I've talked about it. And then just a bunch of crap. I have clean glasses, my pen, my Sharpie. I'm obsessed with Sharpies to cross things off on my list that I do. And then look, I was just complaining about all my pens. I found all my pens. And then Anita sent me these chapsticks, which are hands down my favorite chapstick. This one is French toast, I think. I know this is birthday cake. I love it. And that's it. Dollar bill, yo. I love carrying bags. If you guys want to buy me cute little backpacks for Christmas, that was so rude, wasn't it? My mother would be like, Peter, that is so rude. You're just telling these people to send you things. No, but like I'm always like wanting little backpacks, like not like purses that are backpacks. Like this with my outfit today is very questionable. Like this will never leave the car. I'm just being completely honest with you. This will stay in here all day. But it just is kind of a way for me to carry my stuff. Like I wouldn't carry that, like, I don't know why not, but I just wouldn't carry that like out to lunch and just sit there. But like with a backpack, I always do, like a bag, so. All right, you guys, I will be back in a little while. And yeah, I'm gonna go run errands now, bye. Since I'm taking you through a day in my life, I guess it would only make sense that I showed you what I bought at the grocery store. I keep on forgetting to bring my green bag. It is so dark. Everywhere I try to film it, it's so dark. So I got these pita chips that I absolutely love. These garlic pita chips. I eat them every day. And then I got this layered Fiesta dip that is 45 calories and vegetarian. And then I got some hummus, garlic hummus, because I'm obsessed with hummus. And then for my meal, I'm not going to eat all of this, but these things are so cool, and they were called From Summer Fresh, and they're vegetarian. They have the V right there, and they're like gluten-free, and they're like so good. And this one's 130 calories, and there's 3 of them in a container, and this is couscous, do you see? And afterwards, you can keep these little green containers. They're so cool. And then yesterday, I tried the Greek salad one, or Greek pasta one, and today I am trying the pasta Italiano in a sweet balsamic vinaigrette, and it is vegetarian. And you can see what it looks like on the side. I love pasta salads, even though I know they're not super healthy. And it's 180 calories, and there's 3 servings per the container. So, and you can keep the little container when you're done. So that's what I bought. I basically have been eating the same thing every day, but it's kind of been working for me, so I don't know that I really want to change it up, if that makes sense. I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? So now it is 5 o'clock. I wanted to be home by now, but I'm doing okay. And I am going to, you guys are like truly getting to see what the life of Peter Monn is all about. It's so exciting, isn't it? I even have eat on my list. So I still have to make my videos. Like when I make my list, I don't just put things on here that like I have to do. I put things on here that I enjoy doing, like get coffee is number 1, and you know, like make the videos and eat, you know, like look up books. So I have like 5 books that I'm wanting to buy, but I can't find them in bookstores, so I'm gonna look on Book Depository and Thrift Book. Clean kitchen cabinet, I don't want to do that. Let's see. Read, like, see, I put read on here. That's like a fun thing for me, you know. But if I don't put it on here sometimes, then like the day gets away from me. And so like I'm like, okay, so schedule 2 to 3 hours where you can just sit down and you can read for the day. And yeah, so I'm feeling highly productive today so far. I was thinking about this with this Evian spray. Like people always ask me about, my skin does not look so fine right now, but people always ask me about my skin. And I think that, you know, like part of it is, like I am so like weird with staying hydrated. Like I drink so much water. I drink like 5 32-ounce bottles a day. And, you know, as soon as I get out of the shower, I head to toe lotion with Aveeno lotion. which I totally swear by. I love Aveeno lotion. My favorite is the lavender, but for some reason Alex keeps on buying the oatmeal one, like the regular one. I think he doesn't like the smell of the lavender, but the lavender is my favorite. But I swear by Aveeno lotion, and then throughout the day, I mean, I don't reapply lotion, you know, it's not like I need to do that. I just keep on drinking water and spraying. Like, I use that spray a lot, honestly. So, I don't know. I'm a big believer in hydration as far as like wrinkles and lines and all that kind of stuff. In fact, I was looking at like videos the other day of somebody who's like 13, 14 years younger than me, and I was looking at her videos and I was like, her hands look like the hands of like a 50-year-old. And I'm like, my hands do not look that old, and I just have to believe, I also believe it's like I don't drink and I don't do drugs, right? So I think that like the less toxins you're putting in your system and the more like drinking of water and the healthy things that you do for your body, I think are really, really helpful. And I think like not just to your overall physical health, but to the health of your, like, I mean, I know that this is physical health, but like to the health of your skin and things like that. And if you can just change one thing, like I say this on my so-called Healthy Life channel all the time. If you don't know, I have a weight loss channel where I'm like documenting my weight loss journey. But I say this on there all the time, like, if you could just change one thing, like the one thing I believe in so much, since having done this now for 52 days, is drinking a shit ton of water on a daily basis. Like, I have been drinking so much water, and I have totally noticed a difference just in my metabolism, and in my skin, and in how I feel, and like clarity of mind. Like, I so believe in the overconsumption of water as I reach for my coffee. I still have a cup of coffee every day, but I don't overindulge like I used to. I mean, I used to have one of these every day with sweetener in it. I don't always get sweetener anymore. I hardly ever get sweetener anymore. And then that's my coffee for the day. Sometimes at home, I'll have a cup of coffee from the Keurig, but not often. I make tea typically at home. I've been a big tea drinker. Like loose leaf tea, you know, green tea, white tea, things like that. Like healthier teas. And then, sometimes, like if it's a cheat day or something, I'll put like, you know, honey and like almond or macadamia nut milk in it, but very rarely. I'm not a big creamer and milk and teas or anything. You guys are like, what does this have to do with anything? I don't know. I just like talking about it. It's fun. So anyway, but and I've completely given up soda, with the exception of the other night I went through McDonald's and got a Diet Coke, and that was like the first time since I'd been home, since we had gone, when we went to the movies, I had a soda then. But other than that, Miami, like not even the first couple nights in Miami, but like the tail end of it, I drank soda, but that's been it for 52 days. Like, Tanya and I used to go every night and get a 32-ounce soda, and then I would drink a soda usually, like, earlier in the day. So I was drinking a lot of soda. I didn't even realize it. It was diet soda, but, you know, they say, like, give up diet soda, you'll lose 20 pounds like that. I'm not a believer in that. What is people are doing here? I'm not a big believer in that, but I am a big believer that if you increase your water and you decrease your soda intake, that I think you'll start noticing a difference. I don't know. I just have so drastically changed my entire diet that I don't know what the weight loss is, you know, how I did it. I don't know if it's from the soda or the water or the food or what. But do you see all these trees around me? It's so gorgeous. It's like a beautiful fall day here in Indiana. All right, so I'm going to get off here and go home and film these videos for love. Anyway, I love you guys, and I'll talk to you later. Bye. So now we're back on our regular vlog timing. It is 2:30 in the morning. It has been, okay, so since I filmed last, I uploaded my videos, but like on my main channel and on my vlog, I just splice all the pieces together. I'm like really low rent editing, right? Well, YouTube had this editor where you could just splice them all together on there, and they got rid of it. Why? I don't know. I mean, I can't imagine. It's not like it costs them anything to do. But they did, and so I had to spend like, I could not figure out how to do it on iMovie, you guys. People are like, oh, iMovie's so easy. It's so easy to understand. No. Come on, I hate this thing. I was so confused. I think I just really need a new battery is what it is. Because I've had this remote since my mother passed away, and I've never gotten a new battery. It looks like something is wrong with the gate. Oh, there it is. Do you guys want to see this huge gate that we have to like drive through for our house? Do you see? I never show this. There's like a huge gate here, like for our condo. I don't know why I've never shown that. You guys are probably always like, you're always on that remote thing. We wondered what it was. But anyway, our condo's in a gated community. So, I finally figured it out, but it's like to upload the video, to upload it to YouTube, it has to render. Well, my videos that are like 18 to 20 minutes long or longer, it takes like 45 minutes to an hour to render. And then another, I mean, it just like doubles or triples the time, because before I could just upload it, right? Now, videos that are less than that, I can still just upload, that I don't have to piece together. If they're like 17, because my videos split on my computer at like 17 minutes and 6 seconds or something like that. Or my phone or my camera, I don't know. So if the videos are like less than that, then I don't have to do it. So you just can get ready, because my main channel videos will probably be less than that, because it's just too much trouble. So my video was like 18 minutes long, and I had to put it together. So I finally figured out how to do that. It took me forever to upload it, and then I was uploading my other videos, my booktube video and my so-called healthy life video at the same time. And I was so hungry, and I was like, I'm not eating until I get all this done. And so like during that, I was watching the Big Brother finale. Oh my God. I'm really happy for Josh. Like, I really liked that kid a lot. And I liked Paul too, and I definitely think that Paul played a 10 times better game than Josh, but I just was happy that, I don't know, I'm always the underdog. I'm such a Josh, I'm such a crier. So I watched that, and then when it was all done and I watched my videos back, I ate my dinner. I had this Italiano pasta that I think I showed it earlier to you guys. And then I had some hummus and some salsa and some of the bean dip and water. I got full really quick tonight, and I watched Dance Moms. I'm like caught up on Dance Moms. So I did that, and then I was gonna watch an episode of The Walking Dead, but I got so tired, and I was like, I really wanted to do a live stream tonight. And so I was like, Alex is over at his best friend's mom's house, because his best friend lives in Los Angeles. So he went over to his mom's house, or her mom's house tonight, to catch up. And he was like, do you want to come over? And I was like, well, I totally would, except for we're supposed to go over to our brother and sister-in-law's tomorrow night. And I was like, I wanted to do a live stream. And so he was like, yeah, no problem, babe, whatever. So I laid down. I was so checked out. I was so asleep when he came in, and I had moved my car and everything for him, and he finally came up to bed, and he was like, I'm going to bed, and I was like, okay. And I mean, I slept till like 1:15, got up, took the dogs out, put Boo and Tucker in their house, and then I sat out on the front porch and I read, because my goal is to read, like, finish like these 5 books by the end of the month. I was like, and then today I got kind of like overwhelmed with it, and I was like, I want to enjoy this reading, but like I'm not very good at spacing out time for myself to read. And now that you see like what my day looks like I plan it out, but I still want to enjoy my day with like a nap and reading and actually sitting down and enjoying a meal, right? And I just sat outside for an hour and a half, and I read, and had such a great time. And so I'm like 60% done with this book that I was reading. Why are my windows fogging up so bad? I've got to get some gas. I'm like, my gas is really low. Oh, gas is not expensive right now. Good. So I'm going to get some gas, and then I will be back in a minute. I'm not going to vlog a whole lot, but I do have a couple things I want to talk about. That sounded like we're having a meeting today, but I have a couple things I need to talk about. So I'm back. Oh, I almost forgot to do this. The gas wasn't printing receipts out. this. I'm so weird about keeping receipts. I know I've talked about this enough. You guys are like, Peter, we don't need to hear more about this. But I'm like so weird about receipts. My bank account, because like I add them all up and I put them together. Like my, and then I've just learned to round up. So like my gas was $20.06. So I would round that up to $21. And just what has happened over time is that it has made it so... What is wrong with my windshield wipers? My God, they're so dirty. Is that over time, it has allowed me to just like pad my account. The problem is, I know a lot of you are like, well, that's great that you can do that. I mean, really, you don't have to do it with... When I started it, I did not do it like on 90 cents. I mean, obviously that's almost $1. I would only do it with like, oh, like if it was like, let's say $20.82, then I would round that up to 21, if that makes sense. Hold on a second before I start driving. My friend Dustin, I told him I was going to read for 20 minutes and it's been 2 hours. I'm like, finishing my vlog, hold on. So anyway, if you don't watch Dustin daily, go check out his channel. He's like one of my really good friends on YouTube, and he's such a genuinely nice guy. He's just a really, like, I don't know how other people perceive him in his videos, but like, he has been such a die-hard good friend to me, like just a good friend, you know, like, and I don't know, it's weird. Like I was reading Eliza and Her Monsters. Okay, with the roundup of the money, really quick, I just want to say, but like even over time, if you add those like 10s and 20 cents up together, it pads your account. That way you don't overdraw on your account. My dad taught me to do that back. Well, he taught me to like deposit $20 in your account and don't like act like it's there if you have extra $10 or $20. I mean, it could even be $5 every once in a while. Just like deposit $5 or $10 in your account and don't write it in there. Now, I will tell you this, like every once in a while with my account, like if I'm depositing like let's say $200 or $300, I'll write like $180 instead of $200, and then there's like $20 padding in there. It just covers me. That way I never like overdraw, and I don't need to have overdraw protection. And there was a time a couple years ago when I needed like, I think it was like $500 or $600, and I'd forgotten I had, like, it was my car insurance, I think, and I had forgotten it was due. And I was like, I bet you anything I'm $500 or $600 like over in my account, right? It ended up being that I was like $2,000 over, because I've been padding my account for so long, right? So I went in and I was so scared to do it, but I like transferred the money over and it was fine, like, you know. So, I mean, at least you just know it's there. And then always, you know, pay yourself first with your savings if you can. That means if you get a paycheck, doesn't matter how small it is, if you get paid $200, you know, every 2 weeks, take $1 and put it in a savings account. Dollars, you know, add up. So anyway, but Dustin has just been such a good friend to me. And it was interesting because I was reading Eliza and Her Monsters, and by Francesca Zappia, who's from Indiana. And it's such a great book, and she, in there, it's a lot about, like, online friendships, and she's this girl that's a senior in high school, and, like, the majority of her friendships that she has are, like, all just people that she met online through this graphic novel. I don't want to say anything more than that, because everybody should go read this book. But, like, this is, like, the first time in my life that I really relate to that. Like, I have some really good friends that I have made, like, Dustin, and, you know, like, I'm trying to think of other, I don't really have that many other YouTuber friends that I'm like friends with, that I didn't know before YouTube, you know. Well, Trisha Paytas, Nick Avocado and I talk. I mean, Martin Lewis and I talk sometimes. I know I'm forgetting somebody. There's somebody that I talk to on a regular basis, but, you know. I mean, it's interesting. I talk to a lot of YouTubers, like, in DMs, and I don't ever talk about it, you know? But there's, like, a lot of people that, like, I find are different on their YouTube channels than they are in real life, and they're totally just like, it's one of the things that's interesting to me is that a lot of YouTubers like lack a lot of confidence and are really have a lot of social anxiety like I do, and so we like there's a commonality of relating to that, I think. But Dustin, I mean, we talk every night on the phone and every day on the phone. We text constantly, and it's so, and we've never met. We've been friends almost a year now, we've been talking every day for a year, and he knows all about Alex and my husband and my family. We talk about all kinds of family stuff and our parents, and I know all about Eric, his boyfriend, and Eric's in the background most of the time laughing, and it's been such a genuinely nice friendship, and to be able to have that through somebody that I met online, like I think for a lot of people it's like, there's a lot of you that I consider out there friends that I've met, like Ola and I, we talk like every day, every other day, and Autumn and Tia, and there's just so many people, Beth, and there's just so many people. I actually was thinking about this the other day. One of the things that's kind of sad to me sometimes is that people will like message me for a long time. Like you would think like I wouldn't care about this, but people message me for a long time, and then just like out of the blue they stop, right? Like there was this Lori woman that texted, like Snapchatted me every day, and then she just kind of stopped. And I know she's got a lot of stuff going on in her own life, but I'm like, I wonder what happened to her, And then there was this girl that lived in Korea and had a baby and sent me, I mean, it was so awesome. And like, I mean, just literally just boom, I haven't heard anything from her. And I'm like, I hope she's okay, And it was like, there's so many. I mean, there's so many of you out there. There's like, I think you guys don't think that we get as interested in you as you get in us, but that's just not the case. Like, I really like develop online friendships with you guys, and especially the ones that like message me all the time. And I will tell you this, if you message me and your name is something like, I love buttons and sewing, like I will in my head know you as I love buttons and sewing. So sign your name on a message to me like Sarah. Do you know what I mean? Like, because if you don't, I'll forever know you as like I love buttons and sewing, right? And it was funny because like with Tia, like her name, I think her name still is on you now, like Tia Bia. And so like I would call her Tia Bia, and she was just Tia, But like, Autumn, like kind of took me along with her on her honeymoon, and there's just been so many amazing things. So okay, I will tell you like the thing, I was talking to my friend about this today, that I was talking to my cousin about this actually. I found out my cousin Caroline is not doing Halloween. This is the first year my cousin has not done Halloween in probably like 20 years, you guys. I'm devastated. So when my friend Melissa's in Vegas right now for a birthday party, but when she gets back, I'm going to tell her, listen, you're doing Halloween this year because I need some chili. So I guess I could do Halloween. We could host a little Halloween thing, but it's not as fun to host. It's more fun to show up, be the guest. But I was talking to my cousin, and my uncle had to go into the hospital for a heart thing, and I don't know how much I've talked about this on here, but my uncle has been a severe heart patient for 22 years. He had a massive heart attack the week before my cousin got married. My cousin got married when I was 6 months sober. My mom was actually 2 weeks sober, and my uncle had this massive 3 weeks before. So, okay, my mother's sobriety birthday was June 2nd. My uncle must have had a heart attack like 2 or 3 days before that, because one of the reasons why my mom got sober was she didn't care if she lived 10 days or 10 more years. She wanted the quality of her life to improve. And my uncle it had nothing to do with me getting sober, but my mom had actually been going to meetings for years, like in and out, driving around, I'm scared to go in and stuff like that. And so my uncle having this massive heart attack, her sister's husband, my Uncle Dave, really made her put life into perspective. And I was telling Caroline, she was like, I'm so used to just sitting in the hospital. She was like, but like today, she was like, it just was a lot. I don't know. And she was like, I can do it, for Dad. She wasn't complaining about it. She was just like, I could do it for Dad. she was like, but it's just like the whole process takes so long with them admitting him and all this kind of stuff. She's like, you know, it's kind of sad to me with hospitals. And I said, Caroline, I said, you have no idea. I said, literally, I mean, and I'm being honest with you guys, literally, probably I get 3 to 10 messages on a daily basis from you guys saying I was at the hospital with my mom, or I was at the hospital with my grandma, or I was at the doctor's office, or I sat for hours in the hospital while my husband was in surgery, or I've been going through, you know, dental surgery, or I've been going through this, or I've been going through that, and thank you so much. Your videos have cheered me up, or I've, you know, watched you. So you guys, you're the reasons why I continue to, I mean, you really thrive. You make me thrive. You make me want to continue to do these vlogs when you watch them, because it's like, if I can just for like a half an hour or 45 minutes get somebody's mind off of something by talking just about rambling bullshit, you know? And then you guys leave me the nicest comments and you say things like, I really needed to hear this vlog today or something like that. So thank you, you know, like, go get a cup of coffee, go get some tea, sit back, listen to this stupid ass vlog, and, you know, get out of yourself for a little bit. We all deserve that. That's why I read. That's why I watch TV shows. I don't have to think about shit all the time, you know? I know what it was like sitting in a hospital room with totally powerless, with nothing to do. My mother was sitting in a coma on dialysis for 3 months. I will never forget this. 2 weeks before my mom passed away, it was like 8 o'clock at night, and visitation went to like 9 or 10 or something like that. And my aunt had said, it's so funny now that my aunt is gone, I feel like I can say a lot of things that before, I mean, even though I knew she wasn't going to watch my vlog, and I loved my Aunt Kathy. She was, heartstone to me. But she kind of set up a schedule, and she would say, okay, so since you can't do evenings, you need to be here in the evenings. Well, I remember like my dad was doing rounds because my mother was a patient at the same hospital that my dad works at. And he came in, and I was just like sitting there like this in the chair, like looking down. And like, let's just be for real, okay? Hospital chairs and hospital rooms and intensive care are just, they're not nice, okay? They look like hospital rooms. They're depressing as shit. They're dark. You can hear everybody's misery and pain throughout the whole unit. It's just, they're sad places, right? So he came in there, and he was like, hey, what are you doing? And I was like, just sitting here with Mom. And he was like, I was like, what are you doing? He's like, well, I'm getting ready to go home. You know, Debbie and I are going to have dinner. And he was, you know, and I said, oh, okay. And he goes, what are you doing here? And I said, I told you I'm sitting with Mom. And he goes, I understand that, but she doesn't know that, Peter. And I go, well, Dad, I don't know that, you know, because like I have always issues with people in comas that they know they don't know. And he goes, well, okay. Even if she does know that you're here, you think she wants you sitting here for 3 hours by yourself in a hospital room when you could be out doing something else? He's like, go home. He was like, I know your mom. He goes, she wouldn't want you to be sitting in here wasting your time, just watching over her in a hospital bed. She's fine. She's taken care of. He was like, go home. Enjoy your evening. And it was like, I just felt like this huge weight lifted off my shoulders, you know, that like I could go and do that. It was really weird. I just got like this wave of emotion come through me as I was like thinking about sitting in that hospital bed. And it's like, people say to me all the time, like, you know, like, well, when do you think you'll be done talking about your mom? Like, you know, you've talked about your mom so much, tell all these stories about your mom and stuff. I have to honestly tell you, like, this is the weirdest thing. And unless you've gone through the death of a parent, or I'm sure it is the same, I'm sure it's 100 times worse with a child or a sibling or a spouse or whatever. It's like, I'm not real conscious on a daily basis that she's gone, you know? Like, I live in her condo, and I'm just not conscious that she's gone sometimes. I'm like, I don't know, like the other day I like was like, oh, I gotta call Mom, and I thought to myself something about like calling Mom about like Big Brother, and I forget sometimes, you know? I don't want to wallow in sorrow and misery, and she wouldn't want that for me. talking to Caroline, one of my cousin, and she said she wasn't. She's like, I just can't, Peter. She's like, I've got so much stuff. Her dad's they reconstructed their whole house because when my aunt passed away, my uncle sold the condo that they lived in. They had this gorgeous condo. Caroline had such a hard time. She's like, I cannot believe we're letting go of this condo. I mean, this condo, they revamped this condo. I mean, it literally was like, I mean, it looked like the Hamptons. It was gorgeous, and so, oh, I think I showed it in this vlog earlier in the year, but she reconstructed her whole house and like turned her like part of her living room into like a bedroom for her dad, so her dad's living with her and stuff like that. And she's like, I just can't, Peter. There's like so much stuff going on. And you know, she's like, I know you guys do stuff a lot with Alex's family, and I'm like, recently we really haven't been doing that much stuff with Alex's family. His mom's been really busy, and you know, as the kids get older, like with Carlos and Liliana, they have like their own things that they do, and they have like their own group of friends. And I rarely, you guys, this is something that I don't talk about on here, but like I like never see my dad and my stepmom. Like they are wonderful people, but they are recluses at best. I mean, like they just are not social at all. And like for us to come out there on a weekend, like that would have to be planned like weeks in advance. They just very much keep, my dad not so much because my dad like works in the world, but very much like my stepmom, you know, and stuff. So I just, you know, I know they love me. I talk to them, you know, like they're wonderful to me, but I just don't really have that kind of relationship with them where I see them a lot. So, you know, I was saying that to Caroline. I was like, you know, Tanya's my family, Melissa's my family, Alex's family. And she was like, and me? And I was like, well, yeah, and you, but I don't ever see you, you know, like. The weird thing about Caroline and I is, as I get older, I think I will see her more. Like, you know, her son David, who's just, I love him so much. He's just such a wonderful kid. And, you know, he's a junior in high school. So in 2 years, he'll either be going to college or staying around here and figuring out something. But in the matter of 2 or 3 years, he'll probably be out of the house living on his own, right? So it's like, I think at that point, Caroline and I probably will be closer and do more stuff. Because she like stopped by the condo like a couple weeks ago because she was showing a house. She's a realtor in my neighborhood. And we talk a lot more on the phone than we ever did. I will say this, my mother's death and her mother's sickness, like in death, like really brought Caroline and I closer. I mean, and you know, I'll never forget that she said like, on the day of like my aunt's funeral, she said, we're all we have anymore, you know? And it's really true. Like, I mean, I don't have any family besides her. I mean, I have like all of my dad's side of the family, but I don't see them. It's just like, don't take that shit for granted, you guys. Like, seriously. Like, when you're complaining about having to go to like Christmas dinners and family dinners on Sundays and stuff like that, it's like 1 second I had all that kind of stuff and then it was just gone. You know, I'm so thankful for Alex's family because if I didn't have that, I'd be like just fucking driving around in a car all the time. I don't even know what I would be doing. But it's like, seriously, it's like 1 second, you know, like my life is full and it's like my mom calling me and being like, oh, well, we're going out for so-and-so's birthday to Benihana's and, you know, oh, we're doing this. And my Aunt Kathy calling me and saying, let's go have lunch. And I mean, I always had something to do with the family and then it's just like, it's over. It's like, that's like one thing with like growing up, they don't like really tell you, you know, it's like, if you have a really big family, even if you guys don't get along, go and like just talk to the people that you like. I don't know, like I just don't have that. Like it is literally Caroline and I and my uncle, you know. But I've never had that relationship with my uncle where I would just pick up the phone and call him and talk to him. I mean, he and I are very close. I love my uncle, but like, obviously, but I've never had that relationship with him where I would just pick up, I mean, he's just not a phone talker, I don't think, you know? How did I get into any of this? I've just been kind of like sad a little bit the last couple days, I think, because it's like, you know, like, in the moments when I'm not filming, because I just love YouTube so much. It just is such a way for me to interact with people. And I love social media, and I love the messages from you guys, and I love reading them. But it's like, okay, when the videos are up and the social media is all like been answered, and then it's just like, and the YouNow streams are done, it's like, you know, and Alex is asleep, and I go to my head, I think, is what happens. Do you guys do that? Like, which I used to love to just sit and think about things, but like, that's not a real safe place for me sometimes, you know? Like, I don't mean like I would do, I mean, I've never been somebody that would, excuse me, put myself in harm's way, but it's not a safe place for me because I start like snowballing into like getting sad about things that I don't need to. I have an amazing life, you know, and it's like, nobody's gonna live forever. Christmas isn't gonna be the same that it was when I was 5 forever. It just isn't. You know, things change, and change is good. Like, change is not a bad thing. Change is wonderful. You know, when I realized that change is a good thing, you know, like, I miss my mom. Like, I'm gonna own some shit on here, and I hope this helps at least one person out there, okay? I miss my mom. I missed her a lot. But as much as I make my mother out to be this very wise person, which she was, and very intellectual person, which she was, and very kind and compassionate person, which she was, my mother was also a lot to handle. She was very scared about things in the world. She like wouldn't even ride in an elevator by herself, you guys, because she was so scared. If she was gonna drive to another part in the city, like, she would go all side roads because she was terrified of interstates. Anything to do with control, my mother was terrified of. She wouldn't get in a plane. And like, I just really, like, I couldn't imagine my life going to the hospital or going to an assisted living program every day for the next 20 years. I just couldn't. You know, and hearing my mom say, well, you know, Judy in 3 rooms down, she came down today and we were talking, and just like, our kids don't come to visit us anymore. I mean, I just couldn't do that. I'm sorry. If you do that, you guys are saints. There's a part of me that is not that part. Like, I try to say how compassionate and kind I am, but like, I could do that for a little while. I just couldn't do it for years. I just couldn't. You know what I mean? That guilt tripping of whatever. And my mom used to say to me, I don't ever want to do that with you. I will never do that to you. And she didn't. And so, like, after, you know, 3 months of intensive care every night, I was ready. Like, I was relieved. And I know that sounds so horrible, and maybe I am, but I don't think so. I don't think my mother wanted me to do that for the rest of my life, you know, at her expense. And so there was a relief that came from it, you know, that like, because I couldn't do it anymore. I couldn't do it, not for one more day. I was like, literally, people would look at me and they would say, you are exhausted. You can't do this. Like, you're exhausted. You've got to take care of yourself. And, you know, I had a full-time practice at the time. I was seeing 40 clients a week, seeing my mom, you know, like, I'd just gotten out of a relationship, just left a 13-year career. I mean, I was going through my own shit. So there was a lot of relief that came with that, I think, which is why I did a lot of traveling that summer after my mom passed away. I mean, not like to Europe, but I mean, I went to visit my friend a lot in Arizona and stuff. And, not in Arizona, in Denver. And I think that's okay. I think at the end, I think it's okay to feel a little relieved, and I don't think you should feel bad about that. I don't, you know, and I've prayed a lot on it, and so, like, but there's a loneliness that comes with it too, because your life drastically changes, and one second you're the caretaker, and the next second you have nobody to caretake for. You know what I mean? And so it's like, what do I do? Like, who am I if I'm not coming to this stupid hospital every day, twice a day, you know? And so I think you go through that a little bit. And then especially like, the planning of the funeral and all that kind of stuff, it's like everything out of the way. And then it's like, boom, it just drops. It's like done. Everything's done. The people stop calling. They stop texting. Even though they promise you lunches, they promise you that they won't ever leave your life, and then they're all gone. You don't hear from them ever again. There are some people that said to me on the day of my mother's funeral, I'm like your new mother. I love you so much. I will see you. We're going to get lunch, dinner once a week. I ain't heard from them since. Okay? So listen, keep your promises. No. But you know what I mean? Like, I've tried to be better about that because that did really hurt me. That when somebody's going through something like that and I say to them, listen, we're going to go out and we're going to get lunch and we're going to, I'm going to keep you busy. Like, I call. I keep them busy because I know what that's like. It's lonely as shit, But don't ever feel guilt for not having to do that anymore because it is, it's tough. But I think it's a trade-off for what our parents did for us growing up, like that. They took care of us growing up and we take care of them, I don't know. All right, y'all, I'm going to listen to my audiobook for a little bit. I've cried, I laughed, I showed you my day. Now, listen, you're going to have to be patient with me because I'm learning this iMovie thing. Now, my plan is to go home tonight, upload this, render it overnight on iMovie so I can upload it to YouTube when I leave to go to my office tomorrow because I've got like 3 appointments in the afternoon. I've got to meet with these different project planners. Brand new projects, 3 back to back. I'm excited, but I'm a little nervous too. So anyway, it's kind of like, they either get it or they don't. So, but I've got to upload it before I go. I'm trying to like maybe get up in the morning and make some videos so I can do all that kind of stuff. So fingers crossed it all works for me. If that works, you'll get a vlog tomorrow night at like 7 or 8 and you'll be like, oh yeah, the vlog came out on time. And if not, then you'll know Peter doesn't know shit about what he's doing. So wish me the best of luck, you guys. I love you. I hope you'll be watching this on Friday, so we're gonna have a great weekend, all of us together, right? Now, I will tell you, okay, tonight, on Saturday, what is today's date? The 22nd. So, Saturday the 23rd, I am doing a very long pajama party YouNow stream. I don't know when it'll start yet, but probably sometime between 8 and 9 Eastern Standard Time on my YouNow, which is linked below my channel. So go fan it, and then you can like get all the notifications for it. I'm going to do a super long one, like 4 or 5 hours. Everybody come. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then next weekend I'm doing another long one too. I haven't picked the date yet. So, yeah. Anyway, I love you guys, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.